First Alert 4 continues to ask what's next for vacant properties across St. Louis. We found people living in several crumbling buildings around the city, and St. Louis leaders agree reform is needed. And it's not just about securing what's falling down. Leaders tell us there needs to be a different approach.
First Alert 4's Shoshana Stahl is here continuing her investigation into the dangerous decay. Shoshana?
Yeah, Corey, Alderman Shane Cohn says some of those vacant buildings, like the one in his ward we've been highlighting, are able to be salvaged. With these abandoned buildings, the alderman says it points to a bigger issue in City Hall, specifically with the building division.
This building has gone through a series of owners that have been problematic and have never invested any of the money necessary to maintain it.
Alderman Shane Cohn represents Dutchtown, where the former Roosevelt Apartments at South Grand and Alberta Street has sat vacant for years.
This building was shut down for the nuisance activity that took place.
For weeks, First Alert 4 has been highlighting growing concerns from people in the city about these large, vacant, and crumbling properties.
Recognizing how important it is to have a fully staffed building division, a professional building division.
This Dutchtown building first had a partial collapse in 2024. Alderman Cohn says it's now in the second round of litigation where the neighborhood organization is suing the owner to either make improvements or they would bill the owners for the cost of the repairs.
There are different nonprofit developers that want to do affordable housing in our community that are looking at this building.
Alderman Cohn's biggest frustration, the building division isn't inspecting properties regularly.
The only time buildings are inspected is when there's a permit pulled or a complaint made to the Citizen Service Bureau about that building. We don't have inspectors proactively looking at buildings, on a revolving basis at all. It's a huge problem.
Because of this, Alderman Cohn says the responsibility for reporting these issues falls on the community members. So far this year, city records show 10 complaints to the Citizens Service Bureau. 6 of them are about the vacant building on Grand and were sent to the building division.
There's probably been relatively few citations made on it.
He says when a neighborhood does go to sue these property owners, there's a lack of evidence of the code violations.
When the building division isn't able to cite properties, whether it's a vacant property or an occupied property, on a proactive basis, then you get into equity and fairness and how the city might be responsible for some of these types of issues as well.
And Mayor Spencer tells me she's rethinking the way the building division is structured, and working on that is a high priority for her. One of her campaign promises was to strengthen the basic city services for residents. Alderman Cohn says he looks forward to working with the mayor on this, and the building division is one department that needs it. Corey?
All right, Shoshana, thank you. We want to remind you, whether you live in the city or not, you can help with cleanup and documentation. Contact the Citizen Service Bureau, dial 311, or file a ticket on the city's website or tweet at STLCSB.